Hey girl, are your healthy habits all over the place or non-existent? Do you wish you could find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and really just talk a little nicer to yourself? If you have tried to habit hack your health, but the strategies you've tried just haven't worked for you in your busy lifestyle, then this podcast is for you. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, behavior change specialist, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I am here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about our health and our habits. How do I know? Well, because I've transformed my own life through habit hacking, and now my family gets the best of me, and I now help my clients do the same. I'm now going to teach you how to create healthy habits in less time, guilt-free for all seasons of your life. It's not your fault your habits haven't worked, my friend. We just have to do them differently. So, are you ready to feel empowered and transform your habits and life? Then let's do this. You're listening to episode 201 of Self-Transformed. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. I hope you are having a great week transforming your life by transforming your habits. I don't know if you can hear me smile, like you can feel me smiling. I was just finishing up recording the last few episodes in the private podcast feed of the 21-day Habit Accountability Challenge. And I'm just so freaking proud of you all that are going through that. You can start that challenge at any time. Okay, it's linked in the show notes. You can also go to bit.ly/habit accountability challenge. Okay, so what this is, it's my 21-day challenge where you have a private podcast feed, 21 episodes, 2 habit trackers to pick from, Vox or Access, which has been my favorite. Voice memoing you all and chatting with you on text has been so much fun and so enlightening hearing about your challenges and how we can overcome those together. I'm noticing a lot of them are kind of the same themes as well, even as you're tracking each of those fundamental needs. So go ahead and grab it. Take advantage of this challenge. You get the healthy habit reset with that as well. You learn my 5-step habit change method. You pick one of those fundamental needs I teach on to start using my strategies and then go with it. Okay. The biggest transformation I had was in 2015 when I was really focusing on my food freedom, and I had a lot of various forms of accountability in place. And this is what the challenge is going to get you. Okay. So it's linked in the show notes for you. And like I said, within that challenge, you do get 2 trackers from my shop, the Transformation Shop, where there's a lot of great printables and coming soon more digital downloads, digital programs or trackers, because I believe in the power of habit tracking so much. I believe in it so much. I personally do it. I feel like I need to do like a day in the life reel or whatever and show you guys how I use my trackers throughout the day as well. It's always kind of changing as seasons of my life change, but it is a habit that is ingrained in me now that I don't even have to think about. Tracking is a form of accountability. Okay, so let's talk today about how to make habit tracking an actual habit, though. It's one thing to be like, okay, I should track my habits. It's another thing to actually do it. Okay, so first we're going to talk about why tracking is so effective for seeing results, achieving your goals, making habits stick, how to get started tracking, and then finally how to make habit tracking an actual habit. So why habit tracking? Why? Well, according to a survey by OnePoll, 75% of respondents who used a habit tracker reported feeling more productive and organized. It's shown that tracking your habits can increase the likelihood of sticking to them. Duh, right? When you track your habits, you become more aware of your behaviors and progress, which can help you stay motivated and focused on achieving your goals. By tracking your habits, you can also identify any obstacles or challenges that's really like hindering your progress and adjust accordingly. Okay? It really just provides a big sense of accountability. That's why we do it in the accountability challenge. And inside of all the accelerators as well. You're more likely to stick to your goals when you know you're being monitored, right? There's no better feeling than checking something off of your to-do list, right? Or, you've already done the habit and you get to go back and check off that you already did it, like check. It feels so good. So it's a powerful tool to help you develop and maintain positive, healthy habits in your life. It is a habit in itself. You can reevaluate what's working and what's not. Like if you're not tracking it at all, it's like, well, maybe I'm doing this habit at a wrong time of day, and that's why I'm not doing it and able to check it off on my tracker. Or maybe you're like, dang, look at that. I did it 5 days in a row. I am a rock star. Let's keep this confidence and momentum going. So it's a very, very powerful tool. I mean, it's not going to guarantee your success. That is just one of the tools you use, to move along that success path that we talk about so much. It does require some commitment, some consistency, and a willingness to really adapt and pivot as seasons of your life change, which we talk about a ton in the Healthy Habit Reset. So how do you get started tracking? How do we get started tracking? Well, you need to set a goal first, okay? So obviously, I just focus on those 3 fundamental needs, right? Mindset, movement, and food freedom. Figure out which one of those fundamental needs is serving you best right now. If you're able to stack more than one in this season of life, or maybe you already have one established, great. I start off really slow and just do a little bit at a time, okay? Make sure it's measurable and achievable over time. Like, why are you doing this? How is it supporting your habit identity and your core values? Lots of different habit trackers out there, right? I have currently a lot of printable ones. There are some digital ones coming, thanks to my husband, who is an Excel wizard, and I am not. Actually, we Google Sheets for you, all coming soon in the shop as well. And you choose one that works best for you. I personally like to keep my healthy habits separate from my other calendars. So I keep my habit tracker, and I keep a paper calendar for what I'm doing for the week as far as my healthy habits. And then I use my digital calendar for all the other clutter, like all the podcast interviews, the tasks I have to routine block and theme and throughout my day, my kids' activities. If my husband's out of town, noting that on my calendar. I keep that separate so that doesn't get lost in the mess of life. Again, starting small, just one at a time, celebrating small wins. I teach a habit loop. I learned it from James Clear's The Cue routine. Reward. At the other side, we want to celebrate, like, yay, I did it. Celebrating just tracking it is really great. And then reevaluating your progress as you're moving along, like we just talked about, and just be patient and persistent, okay? It's going to take some time and effort, and you'll eventually start developing a habit of habit tracking. So you can use paper, you can use a mobile app, you can use an online tracker. Bullet journals are great if you like to do like a colorful one, put notifications on your watch, for example. So many different types of trackers. But how do you actually make this a habit? How do you make tracking a habit? Well, you have to insert it into your daily routine, right? So, I'm a big proponent of doing a time or a habit inventory, seeing where all your time is going. So writing out everything you do in a day, tracking it, eliminating those time wasters. But when you do that, you're also able to see some themed routines within your day, like a mid-morning routine is maybe focused around self-care time. Evening routine is family time, for example. And you need to set a specific time of day as far as when you will track your habits. So it could be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be in the evening. I would suggest putting a reminder in your calendar, track your habits, use your habit tracker. Like sometimes I even put my name in. I'm like, Emily, use your habit tracker, right? And there's a few different ways to do this, okay? So maybe you want to do it once a day. Maybe at the beginning of your day in the morning, you're using your habit tracker and tracking off what you did the day before, okay? Maybe you're doing it at the end of your day, checking off on your tracker what you did throughout the day. Or maybe you're checking it throughout the day. It's constantly by your side, by your computer, your calendar, and you are tracking those habits as you go throughout the day. See what works best for you. Maybe you need a virtual or a paper tracker. Keep it in line. Keep it visual. If you do not see where it is, you're not going to do it, okay? Habit stack it. Okay, habit stack it. So for example, you're riding your Peloton and during the warm up, when they're just getting started, pull out your virtual tracker, for example, and check off what you've already done throughout the day. Or if you're doing this first thing in the morning, you can stack checking off what you did the day before. Or if you're doing a paper tracker, for example, like one of my printables, you can print it out, lay it out by your bed to end out your nighttime routine before lights out. Okay? Plenty of options in the shop, in the 21-day challenge, and in my accelerators, my do-it-yourself programs focused around movement, food freedom, and mindset, or you can bundle all three together. Tracking is a big component of all of them. Okay, I give even more of my best habit hacks inside of each of these ways to work with me, and tracking is always going to be one of the big pillars you'll see inside of there. Okay, so I hope this episode was useful and you take action. Okay, tag me on your stories at Emily Nichols22 if you love the show and what your biggest habit hacks are that you're implementing as you're tracking your habits, or maybe even share with me what your favorite habit tracker is if you're utilizing one. I love to see all of the different versions out there, and know that you can create habit tracking as an actual habit in your life in order to build consistency and, most importantly, momentum and confidence in yourself that you are doing it. Okay? So happy habit tracking. I'll see you later this week for Habit Hack Thursday. Hey girl, real quick before you go, did you know I have a secret podcast where I talk all about why most habit strategies don't work for us women? Spoiler alert, it's not our fault. Visit bit.ly/Atomic Habits for Women, it's linked in the show notes, to access my secret podcast series and have your biggest aha moment about why and how women have to do habits differently. And if you love the podcast, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Love and appreciate you, friend. We'll see you next time.